Hey hi everyone, so let's look into one problem which has been there in the bi-weekly context. Can convert string into k moves, right? So let's first read the question and try to solve it. Okay, so given two string s and t, your goal is to convert s into t in k moves or less during the ith one less than I less than k move you can. So basically this question, whatever description is, it's not very clear. I mean, it's not easy to understand, so let me just trying to explain the problem statement a little bit. So what it's trying to say is you have two string s and t, right? And you can make k moves. So basically that k moves you have to convert s into t. Both should be same, and from s, from one of the string you have to take it and then try to convert into t. So let's take the s, and in s you can choose any index and then you can shift the character. So let's say if it is, so for example, if s is a b c, then you can do like a you can move to b. So basically this means you have moved one times, right? So if you move b into d, it means two moves. So like this you can move any character, uh, sky character by 26. So basically total number of alphabet is 26, so you can move it 26 times, right? Or you can you do not need to do anything if the character are same, right? So let's try to see how we can achieve this, right? And here they have added few more things like shifting a character. Basically they explain like if you are shifting one character, it means that you are just increasing the sky code. So you know what is a sky, right? So if we take a has some number given, a sky number, and that is basically what we are trying to say. Okay, now let's solve it. Let's take some example and do the dry run. So we have one example input and we have one example put, right? So if you see yeah, so put and put are same, so we don't need to do anything. We just need to take care of the first two index. So let's take si, right? And that is I, right? If I write down the alphabet a b c d e f g h I j k l m n o p, okay, this is enough. So if you see I, and then we have t I equal to o, right? So from I to o, how many characters we have? 1 2 3 4 5 6. So we have to do 6 character move to make this, right? So now let's take the second character. First we have now 6 is a count, and if you can see 6 is less than k, so k is given for us is 9. Now this is fine. Now for the second case, if we have s equal to 1 is our n, and s2 is we have u, right? So in this situation, if you see o p q r s t u, okay? So now if you see from u, from n, so n to this how many character? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So we have how many characters? 7 char moves, and which is again is less than 9. So basically it means it is true. So this is how you one first dry run for first test case. Now let's take the second dry run and try to solve that. So dry run second test case. Now if I take this as an example, so now s is we have a b c, and t we have b c d, right? Now here s, if I take 0, right, which is a, and t 0, which is b. Now from a to b it needs 1 moves, right, which is less than k, right? But if I take 1, right, which is b, and it's 1 which is c, again it's a 1 moves. Now here is a catch, right, which is again less than k, and you say it's fine, but no, not, it's not fine. The reason is this moves, right, it can only appear once. So remember that these number of moves that we are taking, it can only be taken once only. We can't take it more than once, right? So which is basically, if it's possible to contain, is no more than k moves. And let's say no, this one move if we have taken once, we can't repeat it again, right? So this is not possible. So what we do here, instead of one moves, we make a 26 turn. So we do 1 plus 26, which is 27. So basically what I am trying to say is, rather than B to C, first we do is B, we take full turn, come to B again, and then again we take one. So basically that is 27. Now if I take S2, so now here only if you see this is greater than K, so we return false. So that is dry run for this. Now let's do the dry run of third test case, right? So let's see how it works out. A B, B B B, right? So if I take A S0, which is A, and T0, which is B, so both of them will take one move, which is fine. But when I go with the one A and T is again B, so again it takes one move, which is nothing. We do a plus 26, and this is again less than K only, so we return true because next character is same. So this is how all three test cases are here. Now let's find the intuition. What is the pattern behind it to solve it, right? So now if we see the pattern, let's take the third example and try to see what is the pattern. The pattern is pretty simple. If anything is matching, we ignore, we don't do anything. And first character, we find the difference between the ASCII code. So let's say B and A has some number, we subtract both of them, we get 1. So that is our number of moves. So this is nothing, it's a difference between. So odd is nothing, it's a Python method which return the ASCII character, and we can do minus, and it will give us the ASCII difference both of them, which is 1 move, right? And then we save this in some map. So let's say we have one map, and in that map we have this map 1 to 26 keys, and for because the difference between any two alphabet is not more than 26, because total number of alphabet is 26. That's why I have taken a total number of keys is 26, right? So we find that difference and we just make it 1, because we already found that move, and it's there by 1, right? Now once we have already found, here what I will do, here I will check if in map I have that move already exist, right? So here I have that already present. It's not 0, it means it's already there, right? Already present. And if my moves basically that is already present in my map, which means that we have to take one complete rotation to reach it. Now if one move is already, so if I take one and it only came once, it means I have to take one turn. Let's say one is already came twice, so what does it mean is, so for one move I will do nothing. So basically what it means is 1 plus 26 multiplies 0, right? But for two moves I will take one turn completely, 26 multiply one turn. For three moves I will take two turn, because for one turn I don't need to do anything. For two I have to take one turn because one already I have taken. For three what I have to do, I have to take two turns, right? Which is nothing, which is like I do one rotation, again one rotation, and then I move one more times, right? So basically if you see what is a function coming here is, for nth move you have to do diff plus basically whatever difference came plus 26 multiply whatever map of difference, how many times it came. So this is the number, and it should always be less than k. If it is greater than k, then return false. So that is the intuition. Intuition is very simple. In any of the character we find the number of moves that it needs a character, and we keep the move count in our map or dictionary, and any time in this map or dictionary we have more than one moves, it means it is repeating, and anytime it's repeating we do a complete rotation. and for first move we multiply by 0 to build a formula, so there will be no rotation, but after onwards we will take the move one by one. And if there is if that particular difference, the sky difference between two character coming first time, we don't do anything on that, right? So this is the intuition behind. Hope you dry run and this helps. Now let's write quickly the code and see how it will work. So let's say first thing what we will do, we will create one map. So let's create one map. So we will have I and we will initiate with 0. So I'm writing in Python. You can repeat it in whatever language you want, and we will run it 26 times. So 127. So 27 basically means 26 times it will run, and we will get the count. So n and m, both of the string count, and if both of the string count is not matching, we'll return false in the first term, right? And after that we'll run a loop and wait. Okay, now loop is running. We are going one by one on every index. We take first string in 0th index, and we'll keep doing it, and if we will keep matching it with other string, and if it is matching, we'll just skip, will not do anything. But if it doesn't match, then we have to find the difference. It will be odd of s t of I minus odd of s I. Basically we are doing t minus s. We can do s minus t also. It's just that any difference we are doing, there is a possibility of negative number also, right? So in those situations, so if I'm doing opposite side, like let's say in the second character the character is bigger, then it's fine. But in the second, if the character is not big, it's small, then it will come minus. So in minus scene we have to find the right number of character we have to move. So for that I'm just adding 26, and I will just do the module to keep the number under 26, right? Now what I will do here, I will check if my div, now here I have done it. Now this div I will check in my map if it exists or not. So it shouldn't be 0, it means it exists. Basically this method is saying exist. The move is already exist, move already exists. So when this situation happens, we will go with this, right? So we will find one div. So let's say div, and here what we will do, so the formula is div plus 26 multiply map of div and results, right? So this will give us some div, and what we will do, div this should be less than if this is greater than k, we will return the false, right? And what I will do after this, we'll just add our div and increment, because we have to keep adding what div we already found, right? Then only we can check if div exists or not. So we already found once, and if again we found, I will increase by 2. Once it is increased by 2, we have to do rotation by 2 times, right? So now this much is done. We have to add one more check. Where is div? We have checked this div, but let's say if it doesn't exist, then also we have to see this div. This should also be less than k, okay? And if it is less than, if so, let's do greater than. If it's greater than, we'll return false. If everything works fine, then we'll return true, right? Now this is the code. Now let's run it. So as you can see, it passes all the test case. Let's submit it. So everything is passed, okay? So this is about this problem, and any questions, please do leave in comment, do subscribe. Thank you so much.